patch welding and making things look good. Let's do it. What's going on, guys? Matt over here, Lethal Garage, and we got all sorts of messes in here. So we're upgrading power in the Lethal Garage because it's needed to happen forever. Craig here, he's master of everything, so he's gonna be doing that today. Got Heath in the car, so I didn't record any of this on video, but I ripped out the rest of the cage. I touched up the floorboards and stuff where we're gonna be cutting out metal. You can see I got these nice and flat. The only thing I still have to do is cut these extra lip of the plates from the roll cage. But Heath, and then I trimmed up all the piece and cut out the old tray, and Heath is now getting it all lined up, ready for welding. He already stitched it in, or he's gonna be stitching it in, but he's getting it all lined up, getting ready for the weld. And, you can see the
hackery.
I did do some hackery, so you can see.
Hackery.
Look at this one. This one came out real easy. Like, look at how clean those lines were.
It's 10 pounds lighter.
Yeah, the inside was definitely. If you look at how easily the one I ripped off the car came off, it's just a couple of holes and it pulled apart really easy. Yeah, my car, not so much. Swiss cheese, even worse over here. I swear it was like they took the pinch weld machine and was just like all over the place. Either or, it's done.
Tough factory.
Heath's gonna make it look pretty, right? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, what size?
And yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm not gonna necessarily record every little bit of this because it's just tedious and time consuming, but I'll show you progress as we get the rear tray in and then get some power so we can weld and have no problems with breakers tripping, because that's just annoying. We only have a 15 amp breaker. This house is super old, so we're upgrading the wiring, upgrading the breakers, a whole bunch of other stuff in the garage to be a-okay. Let's do it. Well, today was a short day because we ran out of gas. Forgot to check the welder, but we got some work done today. We got the rear tray mostly welded in place. Just got to get the back corner. We had a heck of a time getting it level, but I think we got it pretty good in there. It's tacked in a little bit on the bottom, but again, we just ran out of gas, so we couldn't get the full seam on there. But again, ripped out the rest of the cage, cleaned up all the main plates. We're gonna leave the plates there. I'm not gonna try to cut those out, but what I will do is I'll trim the edges on those. But outside of that, the steering wheel and all that stuff's gone. So now I can bust out my assembly book and start pre-fitting, at least get the brackets in across the front and start pre-fitting the whole front dashboard and front side panels, and just start going through and seeing what mounting pieces I'm missing. So really the next step, I think we're going to be taking the car up to Craig's because we want to get it on the lift to do the last portion of the mini tub setup. So we do have to cut into the rear frame to create clearance. A lot of it does require some pretty precise lines and stuff. They do give you templates and everything, but I think it's just going to be a heck of a lot easier on a lift. And then at that point, we'll also be able to cut in and get all the bad rusted floorboard areas patched up pretty easily, top and bottom. And then from there, we'll get it media blasted. So really, we're really close to getting it media blasted and basically finished in. I mean, we're not going to seam seal yet, but the idea is once we get it media blasted and we get all the patch welds, the media blasting will reveal any other areas we need to cut up and repatch and get dialed in. But the big thing is it should allow us to then go through and get a nice coating on the interior, nice black coating all the way from the back of the tray, all the way through the ceiling, everything, the front area on the nose, get that all dialed in, making it look good, and then get the bottom blasted so we can get it the undercoat back on. We'll probably do like a rhino liner or something equivalent. And I haven't disassembled the rear end yet because we want to verify all the fitment and pieces for the springs to make sure everything's in the right spot and mount it up. So we'll get that done as soon as we're done with it in regards to mounting it. So I feel like we're doing pretty good. Again, this video is a little bit shorter than normal, but just wanted to show you current progress on where we're at. It's the little things, and apologies for not really recording a lot of it. It's just I was out here on my own cutting everything out, and I didn't want to ruin the camera with all the sparks and everything flying. So I used a Sawzall. I actually burned up my cheap Sawzall from Harbor Freight. So I added to my Milwaukee arsenal a nice brand new super Sawzall This will allow us to cut through anything heavy duty if need be. I already have the chargers and batteries, so it was an easy purchase. But I don't know, I feel really good with where we're at, and I think things are just going to start slamming together really quickly here. Again, I'm fully aware there's a ton to do. There's a lot of parts to still get, but the progress that we're making is really just getting the body ready for everything so we can get it media blasted, sealed, prepped, and then get the body work going. And once the body work's done, we can start, you know, probably get it painted and then get the interior slammed in. I've been kind of waffling on if I'm going to leave it gray or not. I got to figure out a color, because if we're going down the path that we're going, I'm going to have to figure out what color we're going to do it. I'm just not sold on anything yet, so we got to get there. Well, we're back, and as you guys now know, Heath had broken his leg, so this is, I don't even know how many days after that we started the rear package tray, but at this point, it's done. And in that, Heath today, or yesterday, I don't even know what day it is anymore, but we got the package tray in, as you guys saw earlier, with all the drilling out and getting it set up. We got it tacked in. We got the bottom all nailed in now, and he custom made some brackets for the left and right instead of trying to reuse the factory ones. They just had so many holes, and they were basically Swiss cheesed. So in this instance, he went down and got some new metal, some higher gauge metal to really make it solid, but it's in there. And this car's on a rolly cart and it moves around. So package tray's done. So obviously there's some cleanup to do. So he's gonna be working on that just to get all the welds all nice and cleaned up and looking good. We have a package tray back in the car, gentlemen and ladies. It's good stuff. Heath's over here trying to walk around, hobbling. So package tray's in. That's a huge hurdle in itself that we got over. So really happy we did that. And obviously it has the hooks and everything for the rear seat. But the next steps are going to be the welding. So I'm not going to be doing a direct video for the welding because I highly suggest have someone that knows how to weld. I don't know how to weld. I'm not going to pretend to teach you how to weld in any sort of guide. So in this, you can see our floorboards. We have some marked areas. That's where we have some touch-up issues to do. And then we have the firewall here, and you can see all the individual holes. So we're planning to do aftermarket AC setup. So they usually come with a block out to cover this all up, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna weld this all in so it looks nice and clean. We're gonna keep some of the structure. I'm not gonna go crazy and make this flat and try to relocate stuff because it just doesn't make sense to do that. It just needs to be nice and clean for the most part. We'll paint it black and make it look good. So that's kind of the steps here. So I'm assuming the next video I record up here is gonna be probably finalizing the rear DSS set, and then we can come back and check out Heath's welding capabilities. He'd be like, it's up to you guys to make it look pretty. So that's where we're at. It's already coming along. I mean, since we brought it up, he's already got all the rear package tray done, so it's moving a lot faster than I thought it would. But you know, what else do you do when you have a broken leg? So I also brought up a whole bunch of other stuff. One of the cool things was I can't talk, so I brought the wiring kit, so he had the fuse box, so he knows how to weld and get that all around. But also I secured the 71 Camaro, and we did this primarily for a lot of the install process because we have the dashboard. I brought up the brackets for that. You can see them over here. So I got all of the brackets for my dashboard. We'll get those lined up, figured out, because really once we get this media blast and everything, we gotta start mocking this thing up and make sure we have everything we need. So that's gonna be a rabbit hole in its own right, because we're gonna be missing brackets here and bolts and screws and nuts and who knows what else. But that's all stuff that has to get taken care of. So it's coming. Yeah, 71 Lethal Classic. But that's all I got. Huge shout out to Heath. If you guys aren't following him on Instagram, check him out. Is it the Nova 1964? It's down in the description. But if you guys have like a project car and you're interested in getting this done, he's your man. You gotta hit him up. Let him know what you got going on. He'll help you out, right, Heath? That's right. All for a price. Skill can be purchased. We got a little. The other thing, Craig has lots of cats and dogs around here, so he's got a don't even know what kind of dog it is, but it's pretty cute. Looks like a miniature dog, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna end that there. Until next time, guys. See you on the road.